Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Aubrey Aquino, and we're at Moscone Center for the Bay Area Women's Summit. Joining me now is the Director for the National Domestic Workers Alliance, Ai-Jen Poo. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, talk about what it means to have this summit here in San Francisco.
It's a huge opportunity to bring together our Bay Area's greatest thought leaders and women change makers to think together about what's possible for the future in terms of economic opportunity and improving quality of life here, not just for women, but for everyone.
Talk about some of the initiatives that are necessary right now to advance some of these women's issues.
Well, I think both Mayors Lee and Schaaf have been real champions of things like increasing the minimum wage and paid leave and other things that are really important for economic opportunity for every woman, which is a theme here. It's not just about women who are at the top and bringing more women to the top, but actually looking at women throughout the economy and how do we create opportunity and real pathways to economic security for everyone.
And a lot of your work is obviously with domestic workers, which I'm sure a large number, the majority is probably women, right?
90%. Many women of color, immigrant women, do this work, and it's the work that makes all other work possible in California. When we think about the women who take care of our children and our aging loved ones and our homes, it's some of the most important work in our economy today, and yet it's some of the most vulnerable and undervalued work. And I think for me to be here and a part of the conversation and opening up the conversation about how do we turn these jobs that have historically been so undervalued into really good jobs for the future, where every single care job is a good job, is just a huge part of thinking through the vision for the city that allows for women of all walks of life to realize their full potential.
And you mentioned care jobs. What are some of the things that you specifically think we need to see or need to be doing?
We think about everything from training and creating career pathways to improving wages and benefits and economic stability for the workforce. Right now, the average wages for home care workers in the state of California, and all caregivers really, is between $8 and $9 per hour. So we're talking about people who are caring for the most precious elements of our lives, barely able to care for their own families on the wages that they're earning. And there's a huge growth in the need on the part of California families. More and more people are living longer, right? And the boomers are starting to turn 70 this year. Plus millennials are starting to have children. They're turning 35. So the need for family care is just exploding. So this workforce is only going to become more important. And that's part of the opportunity, is looking ahead. How can women come together and solve for equity and opportunity, things that we've been needing to solve for some time.
And when you talk about the future, is there any policy or initiative in particular that you're looking forward to?
Well, right now, as we speak, in the California legislature, the legislature is talking about making the California Domestic Workers Bill of Rights permanent law. So we were successful in passing a bill in 2013, and it sunsets this year. So now, in real time, actually tomorrow, there will be a whole group of domestic workers who will be in Sacramento really educating the legislature about how important it is to make this bill permanent law. It's a really important step forward, and there's so much more to do.
All right, Ai-Jen, well, I want to thank you so much for joining us and here at the Bay Area Women's Summit at Moscone Center in San Francisco. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, this is Ai-Jen Poo. She is the Director for the National Alliance of Domestic Workers. Thank you.